Hey everybody, it's Brian here with another video, and a quick video I think this week about communication. Actually, I want to show you a graph that I use with my college students every year in my communications class. It's not a very complex graph, but the more you think about it, there is something there to learn. And so I'll show it to you here. Yeah, it's not very complex, but up at the top you can see excellent relationship, and if you follow it over and down, most likely you've got excellent communication. If you've got a poor relationship and over and down, most likely you've got poor communication. If you flip it around, if I have poor communication, it'll most likely lead to a poor relationship. And so the better my communication is, most likely the better my relationship is going to be. And you can start to solve problems like this. If you have somebody at work or at home and you've got a rough relationship with them, you think, what do I do, or what do I work on, how do I fix it? Communication is probably the key to fixing that relationship. And so think, like, how do you communicate with people? Sometimes for me it's sort of at arm's length or pretty almost punchy. Everything's like, yeah, whatever, I'll get right on that, oh, no problem. And everything's just sort of a jabby feeling to it, and that can chip away at the relationship. Now, obviously, if you're insulting the person or saying things that are demeaning or rude or offensive, or sometimes you're just being sarcastic all the time, and that's all you are, is sarcastic with the person, that can really do some damage to the relationship. Or even turning the conversation back to yourselves. This isn't something that we all often think about, but maybe they're talking and right away, as soon as you can, it's like, well, I did that. That reminds me of this thing and it's always coming back to you, right? And it's hard because we naturally think about ourselves often, and we're the center of our own little universe and our own little movie. And so keeping that conversation on them, caring about them, listening genuinely, asking more questions to keep the conversation about that person, it really does show that you care about them and can strengthen that relationship for sure. Obviously, just being nice, talking kindly, saying affirming things to them and encouraging things is good. It doesn't mean you have to agree with everything that the person says, but respecting that person as you communicate it's going to build that relationship. And so, yeah, it's not very complex, but just to think about how you communicate, I can summarize it in two words. Foundation and nourishment, okay? When you think about a foundation, like a carpenter building a house for the first time, they will lay a solid foundation, usually concrete, right? You pour this foundation, but you only do it once, and then it's there and it's solid. That is not how communication works. You don't just do it once and that's it. You can't just wake up in the morning or arrive at work and the person you're talking to, okay, have a good day, and that's all you say to them, right? No, it's nourishment. And nourishment is throughout the day, ongoing, and it's a positive, a good, it builds, right? It nourishes. That's what communication is. It's a nourishment, not just a simple foundation. So those are the thoughts for this week. I hope there was something there for you. We'll talk to you more next week.